Welcome to Daily Life Connection as we continue to explore who God is and how that impacts our daily living. Today I want to begin from Isaiah chapter 8, and beginning to read at verse 13. But the Lord of hosts, him who you shall regard as holy, let him be your fear, let him be your dread. He will become a sanctuary. He will become a sanctuary. I want to talk today about the idea of God as our sanctuary. It's a wonderful word, isn't it? Uh, we use it of the main gathering area of a church building, the place where the ritual or rites take place as we gather together as the people of God. It's also it can be a place of safety. I remember watching an episode of MASH years ago, and the mess tent was used on Sundays as a place where Father Mulcahy held services. To him, that was a place of sanctuary on Sundays. In one of the episodes, there was a young soldier who had gotten a very disturbing letter from home, and he kind of snapped and was pointing his rifle at people, telling them he had to get home, and he was AWOL, and it was just a very intense scene. And he came into that during the Sunday service into that tent and asked for sanctuary. And the whole program revolved around the military brass were basically saying, this is a mess tent, it's not a sanctuary. You have to hand him over to us. And Father Mulcahy, the priest, kept saying, this is a sanctuary. This is a holy place to us because I conduct a service here. And I have the right to protect this man and defend him from you. And so the whole show went around about that. But the long and short of it was Father Mulcahy spent a lot of time and energy and risked himself in order to protect this man and to give him sanctuary. We hear stories in our own country of people who are going to be deported or whatever, and they fear for their lives, and they go to a church building and ask for sanctuary. When a person is in sanctuary, the law, the authorities, the government does not have the authority to over those people while they're in sanctuary. They are in a place of protection. They are in a place where they are being cared for. They are being defended against any forces that would try and remove them from that place. Isn't that a wonderful picture of God? Not only, you see, a refuge is a place we can go, but we're sort of, it's a safe place, or like a citadel or a fortress or a castle with the drawbridge up, but you are sort of on your own to defend and maintain that refuge. A place of sanctuary, it's a place where there is someone in authority over that sanctuary, and they will defend you, and they will protect you, and they will care for you. It's a place where you're welcomed and valued, and it gives you a breather, doesn't it? It gives you, I think that's a wonderful definition or description of our God. There are times when life, it seems, is so hectic and chaotic and anxiety producing. We just need a place to breathe. We just need a safe place where we will be defended and protected. That's the description of God as a sanctuary. The prophet Isaiah is saying he will become a sanctuary to you. If you honor him and respect him and take refuge in him, you will find there a place of sanctuary. It's interesting that so many sanctuaries are beautiful places, aren't they? Great cathedrals, or a simple chapel with worn pews where people have sat for years and years, and maybe the old hymnaries or pew Bibles are dog-eared and falling apart because they've been used so long. There is something beautiful about that and peaceful. That's our God, a sanctuary. a place we can go and just breathe, a place we can go and just be, not have to do anything. Oh, that's wonderful. Today, let him be your sanctuary. Let's just go into our God and say, you know what? I really don't have the energy to do anything today. I've kind of exhausted. There's an old song that says, when we have exhausted our store of endurance, the Father's full giving has only begun. That's a place of sanctuary, a place where we can just breathe and let our souls be restored and calmed and refreshed. Place of sanctuary. I've visited some beautiful sanctuaries over the years, places with stained glass and places with the smell of incense lingering in the air, quiet places, refuges and sanctuaries. That's our God. I think sometimes we get caught up thinking, I've got to pray, I've got to seek God, I've got to intercede, and there are times for that for sure. I've got to press in, I've got to, there are times when we just need Him to be our sanctuary, where we open the door and we say, Abba, I'm stepping out of this crazy, hectic, anxiety-ridden life of mine. I just want to come in and sit down and know that you'll stand guard at the door and protect me, and that you will care for me and will defend me from the enemy today, and give Him thanks and just spend time in that place of sanctuary, in that God of sanctuary. Well, wonderful concept of God, isn't it? I invite you to spend time. Come on in. Come on in with me. Join me in the sanctuary. And let's just be in the presence of our God. Talk to you tomorrow.